worketh righteousness is accepted with him.
Yeah, so out of every nation. Get Acts 2, and then go into how there was Jews coming to Jerusalem out of every nation under heaven. So it's not saying out of every nation as in any group can just come and receive the word. Or any East Indian or any white person could just come and then receive the word and be able to understand it. You gotta be of that line. You gotta be of that seed, man, that chosen holy seed.
This is Acts chapter 2, verse 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
So there was Jews out of every nation under heaven. And what did we read when we started? Israel will be scattered amongst all nations, okay? And that's the truth, whether you believe it or not, whether you receive it or not. Now you had Israelites back then that still knew that they was Israelites, but knew that they was fucking off at the same time, man. You know, they was following the customs of the Greeks and the Romans. But they still looked like Israelites and knew that they're Israelites. But you also had Jakes that didn't even know that they were Jakes.
Right. Yeah, the word devout means God-fearing.
God-fearing. And then that goes back into Acts 10, where it says, out of every nation he that feareth God and worketh righteousness is accepted.
Verse 36, the word which
if you're this guy, no.
The word which the Most High sent unto the children of Israel, preaching peace by Yahushua Mashiach, he is Lord of all. The word I say, ye know, which was published throughout all Judea, and began from Galilee, after the baptism which John preached.
Yeah. So this is First Maccabees 1 and 10. It says, and there came out of them a wicked brute, Antiochus surnamed Epiphanes, you can speak on this, son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many. Now you go to the law, it says if anybody come to you in secret and try to persuade you to follow after other gods, it said your hand should be upon him first, man. It says, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Yeah, so you had what we call traitors, man. Okay, you had traitors back then, you got traitors today. Uncle Tom's, all right, they were then. You had wicked Israelites that went and said, hey, they convinced certain other Israelites, like, come, let's do as the Greeks are doing, man. Okay, let's live like the Greeks are living. Let us not uncircumcise our children. Let us eat pork. Let us worship their gods. Okay, let us do whatever we want. And this was during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, man, which came out of the Seleucid dynasty, man. Go ahead.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well.
They said it pleased these wicked ass Israelites well, because Jake was catching hell under the Greco Empire. Just like we were catching hell in Egypt, just like we're catching hell now. Okay, Jake trims their ways to find love, man. Our people will say, hey,
I say love is the way to find what you're talking about.
We can't beat this man, so let's just join him. We can't beat Esau, let's just join him. That's what our people say, oh, I want to be a cop. That way I can have a good paying job, protect my family, and I'm accepted by the so-called white man. Because what? Our people are into folly because of so-called white men. Our people naturally hate the so-called white man, but deep down inside, a lot of them want to be just like him and click up with him now. Okay? You got a movie coming out, it's like a black KKK member or some shit, Black Klansman. Okay? But if Jake could, Jake would want to be a Black Klansman, man. Okay? Our people already want to be judges to what? Incriminate their people. Okay, to judge their people according to Esau's law. Those wicked Israelites are back today. Alright? Everything is reincarnated. So those Israelites are back today. You see a nigga cop or a spit cop, he's the worst kind of cop. He'll treat you as if you're an alien, man. He'll put you in handcuffs, throw you in the wagon, put the handcuffs on you the tightest he can.
Get all dressed up and then we can go to break.
There's that one J-Cop that just recently tased an 11-year-old girl for stealing some juice and a bag of chips. That Uncle Ruckus spirit. He's like, this is why we don't have no nice stores in our neighborhoods.
Well, just look at how Instacart will treat Jake.
God.
You go in here to buy something, they look at you funny, but when the white man comes in, before he sits down there right there with the towel, shine the chair and shit. But if it's you, just let that puto sit down right there.
Well, put a pillow under his ass for him.
You know? But that's how our people are when it comes to Esau. Hey, because like John 8:44 says, they are of their father the devil. You know? And devil in Latin is diablos, which just means deceiver, a liar.
That's Jeremiah 11:15. It says, what hath my beloved to do in my house, seeing he hath wrought lewdness with many, and the holy flesh is passed from thee? When thou doest evil, then thou rejoicest.
And that's how our people are, man. Okay? When our people do wickedly, they rejoice, man. Because they're going after the way of these other nations, man. What Esau pushes on our people, Jake pleasures himself in that, man. You got a lot of these movies, these gang member movies from the 80s and shit. Jake will go beat up another Jake and then they'll go back to the house, smoke a fat ass blunt, and laugh about it. He screamed like a girl, you know? Or Jake will go next door, have sex with his neighbor's wife, and then talk to his homie about it. Oh, she's kissing him. She just sucked my dick, man. That's Jake, man. And Jake will laugh about that. Okay? You'll see the girl and him, the woman will be all sweaty, red-faced, and he'll just be right there laughing about it. Jake fucking wicked, man.
Yeah, I read that because it says right here, First Maccabees 1 and 12, it says, so this device pleased them well.
Yeah, it pleased Jake well, man.
To do evil.
They said, you know what, we're catching hell, all we gotta do is eat pork, and our life is gonna return back to normal. Hey, bring me that pork. You know, and niggas, they love pork. Niggas love pork chops, chitlins, bacon. A nigga can eat bacon all day, man. He'll have a bacon donut, bacon in his ice cream. You know?
That's a invention of these Edomites, man. Bacon ice cream. That shit's fucking ridiculous.
There's fucking bacon beer now, man. There's all these beer fests that have these bacon beers. Remember how you're passing through that pumpkin patch?
Yeah.
Going through the store, you're living for it. Yeah, man, they have bacon beers and shit. Man, I mean, just eating Jello itself is pork. Marshmallows, that's pork. It's not gonna say pork mellows, but the gelatin, they get it from pork. Certain candies like gummy bears, that's pork. You know? I think like the only candy that makes, that uses beef gelatin is like Starburst, man. I actually Googled it and it said it was beef gelatin.
That's why it says give diligence to make your calling and election sure, man. That's why it says to examine yourself whether you be in the faith, because there's just so much shit out here, man. Like you gotta really tiptoe through this motherfucker. It's so easy to slip here, man. It's so easy to slip, man. There's just all this madness out here, and these people just fucking, they generate it, man. They just keep that spirit alive, man, that spirit of wickedness.
Well,
man.
Jake is keeping America alive.
Jake, Jake loves America.
Jake love this place, man.
Jake loves America.
Because look at Esau, man. Esau can't build nothing. Okay, he don't know how to work on the field. He'll die out there in the heat. Okay? Our skin, we absorb vitamins from the sun. Esau goes out there, he'll die. He can't work out there 10, 12 hours a day like these people can. He'll go out there and he'll fucking die, man. He needs our people. Our people are keeping this place running, man. You gonna go tell, you think a fucking fat, old ass cracker gonna be working the field, wake up at 3, 4 in the morning?
4 in the morning.
3, 4 in the morning every day? Hell no. They'll say, I'll just go pay one of these niggers or spics to go do for $5 an hour. They'll do it.
I ain't gonna do that shit either.
But this car will do that shit for like $7 an hour, man.
Oh yeah.
They'll do it for like $50 for the whole day. Certain of them, not all of them, but certain of them will.
Like you have those strawberry fields, and they'll pay you like $5 a crate.
Oh man, they'll pay you like $5, $10 just for like, you gotta fill up a whole bucket.
It's a whole, yeah, it's like a whole wooden crate. Cause you get those little green baskets.
Yeah, you gotta fill up all these little baskets.
Yeah, it's like 20 fucking those little baskets in a crate, you know?
Yeah.
And you get $5 per crate.
It depends, but yeah.
You know? That's what Issachar's doing.
And that's what? That's slave work, man. Real hardcore slave work. You get paid $5 to fill a whole crate. That whole crate he's selling for at least $100, $200, man. When you go to these supermarkets, one of those things of strawberries will be like $4 or $5, man, for one of the little things. You know?
That's how wicked Esau is, man.
Yeah.
That's how wicked Esau is.
And that's how badly he needs Jake, man.
Oh yeah.
Cause he making money off Jake, man.
Oh, it's even worse in these other countries. In these other countries like fucking Bolivia and shit down there in South America.
And that's it, Esau. That's Esau still down there. The reason why Brazil and Bolivia and them, they speak Portuguese because the Portuguese conquered them. And those are Edomites too. Okay? Spanish, German, okay? British, Polish, all of them were Edomites, man. All of them.
Yeah, they down there, they got them where, that's where you get them fucking Ralph Lauren belts. You get
I believe that's like Italian or French or something.
you get those $100, $200 shoes. They making those for like 50 cents, 5 cents. You paying like $200 for it, and then them fucking them slaves that's over there making the damn shoes, they getting damn near shit. They're getting paid in whatever bolivios, whatever kind of fucking dollar, whatever kind of bolivars, whatever kind of money that they have over there. You gotta take like a million of those to make $1 and shit, you know?
Well, if you look at what's going on in Venezuela, man. Venezuela, they gotta pay like 20 million of their dollars just to buy like a 2-pound chicken, man. That's ridiculous, man. They're out there literally eating stone soup, man. They're out there literally eating mud, man. And those are our people, under curses, man. You know why? Because their leaders sold out to the so-called white man. And then he stabbed him in the ass. I was gonna say stabbed him in the back. He literally stabbed him in the ass and said, hey, now your money ain't worth anything. And all those people out there are suffering, man.
That's the that's all to do with like when you understand what currency, like the like dollars are, the currency that we have, you understand what that is?
Debt.
It's debt. It's literally their IOUs. It's just credit. It's just credit. All it is credit. And you get monopoly money and say this is your credit. This is your ones and zeros. This is your credit right here. What they do is that the Rothschilds, they set up the money. So they set up the monetary system. It don't matter if it's the U.S. dollar, if it's the euro, if it's the rupee, if it's whatever the fuck they got in Russian. I don't know what their money's called. Whether it's the Chinese money, whatever it is, Rothschild's got central banks set up in all these countries, man. This is where the mark of the beast comes in. This is how this is gonna play out. All right, because the Rothschilds own all these banks. They own all the money. So they're just gonna crash the economy because they already own everything anyway. Because all these countries are in debt. They're so far in debt to the banks they'll never be able to pay it back. So they own all these countries. The Rothschilds, when Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, it ain't lying, man. The whole entire earth belongs to the wicked elites, man. They own you. They own you. You're born in debt, man. You're born in debt to the system. You're born.
Certificate?
Yeah, you got the birth certificate, social security card. That's your bank number, man. That's your what do you call it? Your slave number. You know. So that's why you have these different droughts. That's why you have these food shortages. You know that there's an abundance of food, man. There's an abundance of land. And they got you all packed up. They got you all packed up like rats in these cities, man. In these big ass buildings, all these little square boxes cut out for you to live in, man. Just stacked on top of each other like rat cages. But while just me and the brother, we coming over here to San Jose, you're passing through the country. What do you see? You just see miles and miles of land. But everybody thinks the world is so small. It's shit because America is stupefied. The world is being stupefied.
All right, I was just looking up. This is from MIC.com, and it shows you how much people in Venezuela have to pay for eggs. And a dozen of eggs in Venezuela cost $150 for just a 12 eggs.
Does that cost $150 in their money or in U.S. money?
U.S. money.
Woo!
U.S. money.
Oh man, that place is wrecked.
Yep.
Hey, they fucked that place up.
Now here in America, we could buy the same amount of eggs for $1.50. But out there in their country, they would take 1,500 bolivars or 150 US dollars.
Man.
And let me see.
That's gonna come here. That's gonna make its way over here. Because all the bankers gotta do is what they always do, just cause a depression. Just bankrupt the country, man.
It says the national minimum wage of Venezuela is 15,000 bolivars per month. So out of the whole month,
Make enough to get some eggs.
make enough for some eggs and tortillas, and that's about it. Maybe a bag of potatoes, man. It's ridiculous out there, man.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the water that they drink is, you already know there's fucking all types of mosquitoes and parasites in it. They can't get fresh, clean water because that costs electricity to filter all that and to cycle it, man. When water sits still, it becomes parasitic, man. It becomes contagious, man. Just go outside and leave a water fountain or a waterfall and a pond with a filter and a waterfall, and then next to it just a bowl of water. That bowl of water is going to get dirty faster, man. Because water needs to be moved, you know?
Yeah.
But whatever he had Ecclesiastes 12. You know? Because we're going into the collapse, man. Okay? There is going to be an economic collapse here in America, man. Which a lot of people are going to start, man. Alright? The Lord is going to bring a famine. You know, just like Venezuela's going through a famine. Okay? They're out there literally in the jails out there eating people, man. There's videos on YouTube where they'll show you that prisoners in Venezuela are eating each other, man. Okay, and animals, people are breaking into the zoos to eat bats and shit, man. People are eating rats, eating cats out there, eating fucking lizards and iguanas, man. Okay? People want to know where also went, the pit bull next door.
Shit, big also.
Well, they put it on a fucking, one of them fucking rotisseries, man.
Yeah. We made them shish kebabs.
They ate it like a mold gook, man. Like the Chinese people, man. You eat that shit as a delicacy.
Hell yeah, they do.
Our people wouldn't think about eating that, man. Just showing you when you become so, when you starve for so long, demons jump out. horrible out here in America, man. When plagues come to America and you people are starving out here in America, the scriptures tell you that they're going to eat their own. The scriptures tell you they're going to eat their own children, man. The scriptures tell you that a man is going to chop off one of his arms to eat it one day, and the next day seek to chop off his other arm to eat it, man. Okay, a man is going to eat his own daughters, the own fruit of his flesh, which is his children, man.
Sorry.
So Ecclesiastes 12 and 1, it says, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not.
Yes, so you got to remember Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay? In your youth. Alright, right now. Hey, because when you come into the truth, what are you? You're a new creature, man. You're still a youth.
Oh yeah, you're a baby.
The apostles, okay, although they're the elders, they're still considered like they're in their youth, man. Okay? Because it's your spiritual youth. Alright, remember the Lord while the evil days come not, man. And the evil days, man, they're around the corner. Russia's out there doing these drills out there in Russia. They're using about 300,000 troops, man. 300,000 troops are in these war games taking place in Russia. They got NATO shaking in their boots, the EU shaking in their boots, America shaking in its boots, man. That's why you got Trump going so hard on Russia right now, because they know that the Medes are being stirred up. The Lord said he's going to stir up the Medes against this bitch, man. And the Medes is talking about Russia. Okay, Russia and Iran. All right, they're gonna help destroy America, along with China, along with America's allies. America's allies are gonna turn against America. That's in the Bible. See, the Bible is a book of prophecy, and when we come out here, we're the prophets, man. All we do is we tell people what's gonna take place before it comes, man. So keep on with it, bro.
Yeah, they're doing them drills over there with Russia and China, because Russia keeps on coming out, and they're saying America's about to do another false flag chemical attack in Syria, so that they can justify pretty much going to war with Syria. And Russia and China are getting ready for that, man. You know, because they know what's going on.
Yeah, because Russia, Iran, China, they're allies with Syria.
Well,
okay?
That's in the prophecy.
That's Ezekiel 38.
That's Ezekiel 38.
You know? And Russia's getting involved. Okay? Russia was trying to be passive, like, please don't do that. Please don't. I don't know how many times. But then it's going to come to a point where Russia's going to say, you know what? Fuck you, America. Okay? And they're gonna shoot missiles, man. They're going to send troops in Syria. Ezekiel 38 goes into it. Huh?
Russia's going to send troops here too.
Yeah, they are. That's in the Bible as well.
You guys know about the rapture?
Well, the Bible doesn't talk about a rapture. Nowhere in the Bible is there the word rapture.
Yeah, there's no word rapture in there, but...
Who's going to get raptured?
Huh?
Who's going to get raptured?
Well, he's going to send his angels.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're right.
So, of a blink of an eye, we can be gone.
Who's
And
going to
it's
get raptured?
It's not happening now, but...
But who's
you
gonna get
never know
raptured?
when. He's going to come like a thief.
But who's going to get
I don't
raptured?
know. Huh?
Who's going to get raptured?
His believers.
How many people are going to get raptured?
We don't know.
The Bible tells you.
The Bible tells you there's a mixed multitude.
There's a mixed multitude, but the Bible tells you there's 144,000 of each tribe of Israel that's going to get raptured. It doesn't say 144,000 of believers.
Yeah, we don't know how many people.
I just told you. I just told you. Look.
Is that King James?
Yeah.
King James?
King James. Yeah.
Nice.
What's your nationality, homie?
I'm a Syrian.
You're a Syrian? Oh yeah, you're going into slavery.
Huh?
You're going into slavery. You're not going to be raptured nowhere. Actually, you're gonna be destroyed here by nuclear missiles. You ain't gonna get brought up out of. You read this Bible before, right?
Yeah.
He always. What does he iterate throughout the entire Bible? What does he always say?
All right, I got
My
you. I'm
chosen,
not
my people, Israel. So the only people who's gonna be saved are his people. They say the
No,
Lord,
I don't
so-called
believe that.
Jesus Christ, he said, I came to save.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, the Bible tells you, man. Hey, we'll let you know.
It's not gonna be only be Israel.
It's only gonna be
Here, just
Israel.
read this. This is the
It's
Bible.
his believers.
It's the
Who's gonna
Bible.
come.
This is the Bible.
It's the Bible.
This is Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son. I'm going to read it verbatim.
Yeah.
And thou shalt call his name Jesus, and he shall save his people from their sins.
He shall save his people from their sins. That's why his people. The Israelites, the chosen people.
His people.
Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Yes, his people.
Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
If you believe in him, that you're his.
Where does it
You're
say
not,
that?
You're not the devil's.
Where does it say that in the Bible?
We're
If
on
you
the same
believe in
page.
it?
We're on the same page.
You're on a totally different page.
This is Deuteronomy
You gotta study more.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
God bless you guys.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
And the wicked flee when no man pursue it. He couldn't even stay to listen to the rest of it, to listen to the scripture. These people are going to be destroyed, man. Anyway, let's go back to Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 38 and 1. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him.
Yeah, so that land, okay, Gog and Magog is talking about Russia, man. Okay, we're here telling you Russians that you're Edomites too. The Lord's going to destroy you too. Okay, you Russians are going to slavery as well. Okay, but the Lord has a purpose for you. And that purpose is to use you to destroy America, man. For you to fight against NATO and the EU and their allies. Okay, it's going to be BRICS nations versus the beast, man. Versus NATO and the EU. Okay? The BRICS nations is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, man. All these countries, and these countries make up, I believe, over 44% of the planet Earth's population, man. And they're going to fight against America and its allies, man. And America and its allies, okay, are going to fight, but then the allies are going to turn against America. Go ahead. So you Russians, which is Gog, Magog, Lord is going to use you to shoot missiles on America.
And if you don't know, what you do is you go into history and research, and you know that Babylon, which America is Babylon, this is Mystery Babylon the Great. Babylon was taken down by the Medes. Now, when you go into history, the Medes were in the land of Gog and Magog, which is where Russia is today, where Russia and Turkey and those countries, where pretty much the USSR was. That's that land. And what does the scripture say? It says, Ezekiel 38:1, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. See, this book endures throughout all generations. So it's talking about, that land. Because in this time during the latter end, the Russians were going to be inhabiting that land. It says, and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws. And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands. The house of Togarmah.
And Togarmah is Turkey. Okay, so you have Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, Libya, okay, all these countries that are mentioned, what do you see going on in these countries right now? Esau setting up coups, trying to overturn the country, trying to take out the leaders. Okay, all these countries are going to be in this world war. All countries, that's why it's called a world war. The whole world is going to be at war. Everybody's going to have a side. Some people are